Live from Oceanside's Frontwave Arena, the Sockers and Strikers ready to lock boots in our second of 4 MASL quarterfinals. I'm Craig Elston with Brian Farber, our Amoda broadcast crew, and the third member of our team is Melissa May.
The MASL regular season is like a long-distance sprint for teams. They play 24 games in about 4 months, and keep in mind all that travel time for away games. Well, all of that has come down to this, the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. And as fate would have it, for the second game in the quarterfinals, the San Diego Sockers are playing a very familiar opponent, the Empire Strykers. These two teams played 5 times in the regular season, and they know each other very well. You can anticipate a very physical game tonight. San Diego is getting back defender Ben Raymond, and forward Tavoy Morgan has officially been cleared to play by head trainer Paul Savage. In terms of goalkeepers, San Diego has Boris Pardo, Xavier Snare-Williams, and newly acquired Danny Waltman. Pardo earned the start tonight and will be backed up by Danny Waltman. Head coach Phil Salvaggio said this decision came down to experience. Well, between Pardo and Waltman, there is 21 years of professional indoor soccer experience and 42 playoff appearances. Craig Farber, I'd say that's the definition of veteran experience. Back to you in the booth.
Thank you so much, Melissa. Look forward to your conversations with Phil Salvaggio and perhaps a player as the night continues. San Diego in blue and gold running left to right. Empire in white running right to left. Presented by Verizon. These are the MASL Ron Newman Cup playoffs. Quarterfinal number 2 is underway. Sockers and Strikers from Frontwave Arena. Loose ball near the top of the crease, kicked out by Pee Wee Ortega, and immediately a mistake by San Diego will give a top of the arc free kick to the Strikers. A little chaos outside the box. Now, the most organized set piece you can have in the sport is Marco Fabiani will back heel it for Aguirre, who shoots it high over the frame. And a foul behind the play. Sockers with Boris Pardo in net, the 41-year-old veteran back. He got to start and play a half on March 30th, back on Sunday after missing 3 games with an adductor injury. 12-2 on the season, his 4.38 goals against average led the Major Arena Soccer League, 702 save percentage. Brian Orozco, the kid out of Colton, just 23 years old, he starts in net, but he will alternate in net for Empire. Clayson De Lima, however, not Brandon Gomez. The backup for Empire, interesting to note in that Orozco and Gomez had combined for 5 goals this season. De Lima, more of a facilitator, no goals, but does have 4 assists. This is the Onua Obasi system, the head coach of the Strikers. He will bring up his keeper as soon as his team can establish possession and turn it into a midfield 5v4, trying to exploit both possession and finding somebody open. Gabi Costa fouled along the wall by Ciro Oliveira. A couple of changes for both teams. Tavoy Morgan was questionable all week. He came in place of Eduardo Velez. El Vaquero had his retirement game last Sunday. There's Drew Ruggles to Charlie Gonzalez, and Christian Quintana just airmails an entry pass. Would have headed to the Starlight Club if the nets weren't there. Also, I think, Brian, for us to note and keep an eye on, Cesar Cerda didn't train all week. Soccer's defensive captain, one of the most important players in the team, core players, Orozco, comes running into the action. This is where it gets dicey. Can Pee Wee steal it from the keeper? He's got 5 blue cards as a result of mistakes made afield. Pee Wee got tugged on the back. He's going, where's the card? He gets a whistle from Josh Wilkins in his 9th year, along with Daniel Radford, our officials on the floor. Anyways, mentioning Cerda, he's sick. He's playing sick, so we got to keep an eye on not only how he starts, but how he finishes.
Yeah, I was in the locker room right before. He was a game-time decision, but I think that the level of leadership and experience you have in Cerda is somebody you have to have on the floor. If he felt like he could go, then you trust him, you let him go.
Quintana sending it forward to Tavoy Morgan, who led the Sockers with 26 goals this season. Usually Morgan, much like Charlie Gonzalez, if he gets 1, he gets multiple. Morgan, Quintana, Ruggles, who had his best season so far of 2 with San Diego, 12 goals.
Yeah, Drew has stepped it up. Midway through the season, I was having a conversation with him, and I think it was the game right before Tacoma where he exploded for a hat trick, and he's like, I just need to shoot more.
Morales is tripped. No card, but here comes a left wing set piece for San Diego. Soccer's first true good scoring chance tonight. 12:34, just getting settled in. So's the Friday night crowd here, braving the I-5 on a Friday night. That's bravery from every one of the couple thousand here already. Charlie Gonzalez rolls over. Craig Childs shoots into the wall. Blocked by his former teammate, native San Diegan Andy Reyes. Andy, one of the players into the lineup tonight for Empire that they have been missing for a while. So is Alex Bradley, Sir Alex as they used to call him, Milwaukee Wave, the UK native 31-year-old veteran, only played in 5 matches for Empire. We'll see how he fares tonight.
Yeah, he's back from an injury. I think he's a big leader on this team. Even though he wasn't in the lineup the whole year, I think having him now and defense wins championships, it's a big pickup for them.
No score early minutes here. Mendez, the shifty Texan, first year with the club after 3 years with the Texas Outlaws. Mendez bouncing ball. He's going to play it back through Mitchell Cardenas. Over to Christian Gutierrez. Had a pair of goals in the fourth quarter in the season ender, regular season ender. This one's going to hit the high fence. Gutierrez is always someone to watch when the court matches the number on his back. He is the soccer's defensive counter-attacker. Want to remind you that Mitres, the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League, this beautiful yellow ball that they're retrieving from the crowd. Established in 1817, Mitre, one of the leading soccer brands worldwide, producing some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at mitre.com. Pee Wee Ortega trying to win one. Ciro Oliveira gets it instead for the Strykers. Here's one cut right to Pardo in his crease. I'll tell you what, I like the yellow ball no matter what, but on a blue turf with a white crease, I love it.
Yeah, this is a big difference for these games this weekend.
Devoy Morgan, ball spinning up. He's guarded by Justin Stinson. Justin easily could have led our show as well. 32 goals, missed the golden boot by 1. Steal, Cerda had it taken away. Trying to feed the middle was Costa. Leonardo de Oliveira now guards along the northern wall. Draws a double team. Gets it loose to Costa. 2v1 down low. Finding Morgan. He shot it high.
It was a good look from Gabby. Unlucky. Kind of bouncing a little bit. I think he won that one back.
Yeah, well, just like I've done so many times on the golf course, if you lean back just a little bit, you don't get the result you want. You got to stay down and over that ball. And that time, Devoy leaning just a little bit, and he skies it into the nets. 10:39 to go here, first quarter. As Orozco wings it out. A weird hop. Now Leo simulating hands to the face. See if it's more than that. The league does have video-assisted review for the playoffs. The lead official, Ryan Sigic, is actually standing right next to us. Here comes Orozco on the run. Bending shot! Pardo makes a save on it. And then a giveaway. Fabian holding, flipping it to the left. Reyes has to reorganize for Empire. Dangerous moments for the Strykers.
As you saw in the first match, that first goal of the game is crucial. Now it took until the third quarter for it to happen. It's the same thing here in this first quarter.
That's handling, and there's the call as Leonardo Espinoza, rookie out of Brazil, part of a lot of players that are making their playoff debuts tonight for Strykers. Morgan on the turn, trying to beat Bradley in the corner. He did not. Then tips it, trying to turn is Morales, and he gets blocked by the veteran left footer, Emmanuel Aguirre, a former soccer in his own right. Here's Mansoret trying to play out of the back. Almost left the ball behind him for a moment. Through Antonio de la Torre. Second-year MASL player in his 19th match. Had 18 in the regular season. Stinson. So strong on the ball and very technical right and left footed. That's what makes him such a dangerous goal scorer. Oliveira. Now Morales is hoping to poach that yellow ball. Stinson going forward, looking for Harold Hansen. Hansen trying for an aerial backheel pass. Ciro Oliveira works the yellow line. Back to Stinson with under 9 to go. 6th minute, walks into the Oceanside night. Minute 7 underway. Here's Orozco. That's the keeper all the way up in offensive midfield. Watch him. He'll almost always be positioned on the wall, unless it's a counterattack situation or a specific lane that opens. Orozco mostly just kind of hangs out by the bench, creating the matchup disadvantage. Now, here's the key. Stinson and Robert Palmer can't give up the ball, or else it's almost an automatic goal the other way. Oliveira, slide tackle of the ball by the big fella. Quintana got it loose for a moment. Tangle along the wall. It's all gummed up in there between legs and shoes. Spits out to Palmer. Feeds Hansen on the angle, trying to step through Ruggles at the moment of truth with the dispossession.
It's cleaned up so nicely by Pee Wee. There was a couple of little gaps in there for some shots, but Sockers closed them quick.
Next ball out of play will be our first officials timeout of this quarterfinal match. If you're just joining us, this is single elimination playoff action. The Sockers get no second bite of the apple, nor does Empire. This is winner take all. Earlier this afternoon, the top seed Chihuahua found themselves in a match, 1-1 in the fourth quarter. They pulled away late for a 5-1 victory, scoring 3 against 6th attacker and empty net. Here, wondering what the first sentence in the book will be. Cardenas gives it up along the north wall. Aguirre on the steal. Aguirre moves in, and Cardenas shoots it out of play, and that brings us to the media timeout. We are underway in Oceanside with the second of our doubleheader. Can the San Diego Sockers beat Empire again? A rebuilt team. We'll take a look when we come back on Golazo. No score between the Sockers and the Strykers. Si usted quiere la transmisión en español, por favor, busca nuestros amigos Tony Sánchez y Imor vía en MASL TV and YouTube. Here in English, Craig and Brian here with you. That set piece evaporated like the dew drops off the edge of the Pepsi Cups here at Frontwave Arena. No scores, Sockers and Strykers. Orozco will strong arm one out. The parabola lands off the head of Ben Raymond. Back in after missing a match with a foot issue for San Diego. Monir Alami, very talented rookie. In fact, I'd say one of the most under-discussed rookies in the MASL, Munir Alami, the Moroccan, 25 years old, 16 goals, 28 points in 22 matches. I think he's been a real difference maker for this team, adding dynamic play to their attack.
Yeah, if you can have a new player come into the league and adjust that quickly, try to lock him up for a couple years.
Alami plays Alex Bradley, and now here comes Orozco. The Obasi system activated, and check it out. He's hanging out on the wall again. This time it's the north wall instead of the south wall.
He doesn't like to stay on this side, though. He likes to get over there to the right.
I agree. Nice cut pass, setting up Stinson with a backdoor outlet, and Quintana fouls him. Cynical but effective, Brian.
Yeah, that's a scary foul though, because that could be a 2 minutes.
Easily could have been a blue. Stinson needs a blow. That's useful for San Diego with the set piece. He's the guy I'm most afraid of shooting. The other is Fabian. He's great from outside. But Orozco will be the one to take it. It's a backdoor pass. He's looking for the angle for Fabian. Cerda is able to dig it out, but his pass hits off Alami's leg. And it comes back out to Aguirre, and Orozco comes running up again as the system is back in play. Under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Again, there's only one team in the league that does this. How did it happen? Well, coming up this summer is the third iteration of the soccer tournament in Cary, North Carolina, $1 million winner-take-all tournament. And the winning head coach a couple of years ago, Anuo Obasi, and his system involved perpetually possessing with the keeper. Now, the difference, of course, as you know, Brian, is at TST, when it gets down to the end, they take a player off every 5 minutes, so it comes to the point where you have to have a keeper that possesses and scores.
Yeah, honestly, what he does in TST is kind of ingenious, or at least what he did the first 2 years. I think there's been some new rule changes to stop what he's been doing, actually.
Well, that's a story for July
or
June. Here's Morales and Charlie. First good look. Charlie Gonzalez, who is the leading scorer for the team he's playing against. He was the all-time Ontario Fury scorer, now renamed Strykers. Morgan spinning, trying to get that left foot, trying to get the foul. What does he get? He gets the foul. And that's going to be a kick from the dot, essentially, although with Guardians. Well, he's outside the crease, so you can't call for a blue card, but what do you do here, Brian? Obviously, there's a wall of humanity between you and the net. You can't just shoot on net.
Yeah, well, in this situation, he actually has a shot now because that wall looks far.
Upper V?
Yeah, you can definitely shoot this one. He came forward early. Oh.
We got, that is they're going to do it again. Keeper came up too soon.
The other thing is you do have Craig Childs, the most lethal finisher, sitting out there. Aguirre has to respect him. He can't close the space.
Trying the chip. Header! Oh, Leo hit the crossbar. Leo's rebound wins the crossbar challenge that he didn't mean to play. Pardo sends it back in. 5 minutes to go. First quarter, no score yet. Soccer's looking dangerous in the last few seconds. Now they do. Leo bumped off his man. Charlie gets triple teamed. Alan Perez comes in and takes it away. Still slow to get up, Harold Hansen. He fell awkwardly. Now he comes forward with Hernandez. Stolen, Costa. Back and forth they go. Don't get too many men on the field. Look out, and it's a steal by Hansen as they were trying to avoid just that, but the ball deflects into the arms of the goalkeeper. Quintana to Charlie. Nervy first quarter so far. Let's go Soccers chant getting started here by the fans. And boy, the crowd's filled in nicely. Morgan now working in the angle on the left wing. Morgan threads the pass out to Quintana, keeps the ball moving. Costa working in. Refeed. Morgan couldn't control on the first touch. And so the Soccers have to probe once again. Quintana under pressure. Plays it back. One touch allowed for an MASL goalkeeper on their side of the field in the run of play. It's part of the reason why the Obasi system moves the keeper across midfield. Then they can take as many touches as they want. Scuffed pass. Ruggles survives it. Quintana coming in, wants to take a look perhaps, wall pass, one hand, look out, rebound chance, but it went to the wrong foot for Quintana, and he left-footed it out of play.
Yeah, I think he would want that one back for sure, but he was on there for a while. I think he had little tired legs before he got that shot.
Well, much credit to the Strykers organization. It's been the rebuilding of an empire this season. Last year, the Strykers went 3-19-2. They had 10 points the entire year as Orozco feeds it. That's still in play, hit off a seam, and it comes to Pardo. This year, 12-10-2, 37 points, a 27-point increase in the standings. And they scored 50 more goals than last year, allowed 41 fewer. So what a turnaround for the Strykers. And now here's a turnover, and Fabian's shot is blocked by Cardenas' back. Headed toward offensive midfield for the Strykers. Alami controls. Fabian pushed by behind by Morgan. And because it was one-handed, it's a common foul, but Fabian wanted a 2-minute blue card.
I think Fabian was trying to pull an Eddie Velez right there.
I think so too.
Try to get that blue card out. Nobody better at that than Eddie.
That wouldn't have fooled Ryan Sigic up here. He's got the big screen. He would have known. He would have known what's what. Palmer lifting one, looking for Espinoza. Now Stinson crashes in. The Stinger cuts it out to Palmer. 2:45 to go in the first quarter. Orozco is up at midfield and now exchanging and going to his position on the wall. The system is back engaged. Again, keep in mind, fans, as you're watching this, in this playoff game, one possession mistake here, one errant pass, and the Sockers can have the ability to shoot on an empty net. So the precision and fitness required in this is intense. Here's Stinson. His shot is going to take backspin off the Kaiser Permanente logo and spin out of play.
Yeah, they're very good, though, at getting back in transition when they do lose possession. They actually don't give up a lot of goals.
Here's Costa. Good look by Leo to find him. Costa tried to cut in between. Well done by Mansoray to hold him up. It was all Costa could do to just get it back for Leo to track down on the soccer script logo in midfield. Now, Los Brasileños working together again. Instead, the other way, Espinosa freeing Mansoray. Abdul Mansoray shed the defense. Leo threads it over to Aguirre. Aguirre one touch too hard, and then he pulls down Pee Wee, who draws the common foul. Want to remind you, Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. The all-new MASL fan store coming soon. Sockers and Strykers are scoreless so far. Minute 35. Who can answer first or speak first? And will it be Magic Minute, which is what the Sockers were doing in their regular season finale in honor of El Vaquero? Lovely futsal move by Morales, but then even more impressive in a way, Mansoray just simply kicks it off the side wall and uses the geometry of the angle to play it to Orozco. The other way now. Aerial challenge, rushed down by Reyes. In the corner, it's Fabian. Scoops it along the wall, and it's brought down by Pardo. We've reached the magic minute, first quarter. 15th minute is live at Frontwave Arena. Ron Newman Cup quarter-final. Winner take all, single match. Sockers and Strykers, no score. Cerda being dogged by the double team. Remember, playing sick out there, Cerda feeling sicker with the result of this as a foul is drawn. Reyes rolling to try and ask for more. It'll be a set piece, Brian, for the Strykers.
Yeah, I want to see this over. I don't think that there was any foul intent on Andy. If he got hit, it was an accident by Cerda, but hard to see.
Reyes felt hard done. He comes off, says, why don't you throw a challenge flag? Each team has one challenge flag where they can initiate a replay challenge. If they get it right, they get the flag back to use one more time.
Yeah, not worth it in that situation.
Couldn't agree more. Fabian right in between the numbers 1 and 1 on Leonardo de Oliveira's back. Lifted up, chested down. Espinosa trying to get it loose. Leo inside a phone booth finds a friend. Can Mendez trigger a counterattack? Sebastian Mendez squirting between two players. Brought down, no foul. We're playing on. There's a foul. Free kick straight away as Leo is down and has to make a decision to get up or to require assistance. One new rule for this year in the MASL is that you have 15 seconds after being fouled to either get up or if you delay longer than that, and there it is. Leo stayed out longer than 15 seconds. He now must, it's not a penalty, but he can't come in for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah. I like the rule to keep it from people that are trying to gamesmanship things, but at the same time, when you get kicked hard, 15 seconds is unrealistic.
You could see he was adjusting his shin guard to cover the throbbing area.
He's also tough. Like when he gets kicked, and he doesn't stay down for long.
Charlie, Childs header, loose in the middle, and Luis Morales could not bring it down. 20 seconds remain. Here comes the counterattack. It's Mansoray with great speed, but he did not control it in offensive midfield. Sockers get a touch on the ball. 11 seconds. Pee Wee, Costa bringing it in as Stinson with a hard tackle of the ball. Well done. And then Cardenas has to look where he was. He was just outside the yellow line, so no defensive clearance. Free kick with 4.7 seconds left. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League, all the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. I use it every day to prepare for these games. Check it out, MASLsoccer.com. On there you'll see Chihuahua 5, St. Louis 1. Congrats to the Ambush on making the playoffs. Please enjoy your weekend in San Diego.
That was a tight game.
Yeah.
They did well.
This is too. It's Palmer. Little chip. Great shot. Better save. Boris Pardo had the angle read. Palm, cool and collected. The King of Queens. All-time leader in wins in the Major Arena Soccer League. All-time leader in starts. Pardo knows where to be. We are scoreless. Second quarter run from Oceanside. Next on Galazzo. Scenes from fabulous Frontwave Arena. Opened in September of 2024. It's North County's home for sports and entertainment. And what a home it's been for the San Diego Sockers so far. 12-0 here at Frontwave Arena. More important to the arena, attendance up to 3,372 average per match. That's the most since the Landon Donovan year in 2018-19. It's more than double what the Sockers drew in their final season at Pechanga Arena down on the Midway. So a lot of questions, Brian, about relocating to, for people unfamiliar with San Diego County, a giant region and the uppermost northwest part of that region, coming here to Oceanside, but it's been a rousing success.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I think that the buzz around the North County, San Diego area for the Sockers is big. The concerts, the other things that have happened here, from the gymnastics that opened the building. I think it's been a good success so far, and it's only the first year, so it's only going to get better.
And a good crowd here today. It's always, this might seem weird to people watching out in Galazzo land. It's harder for an organization, a league like the MASL, to sell playoff tickets than it is regular season, when you can organize groups weeks and months in advance. Great job, Frontwave Arena staff, getting a nice crowd out here on a Friday night. And if you're out there watching and you happen to be in the area or in Southern California, come on down. Tomorrow, 2 more great single elimination matches. Teams switch sides. Sockers in blue and gold are running right to left. Empire in white running left to right. The match is presented by your presenting sponsor of the Rod Newman Cup playoffs, Verizon. And a foul was called on San Diego.
I have no idea what was called right there. It was out of the box. It was a 50-50 ball, and it hit Tavoy in the chest.
But Orozco maybe got bumped in the back of the head.
Yeah, but he came in reckless. If anything, it was, he's a field player out of the box.
3-line pass violation on Empire. San Diego hasn't really had many opportunities to utilize their set piece brilliance. Can this be the time? Morales to Childs, the 500-goal scorer. Now Morales blocked by Palmer, corner kick. Palmer wanted to say no. Pretty hard. Number 51 blocked his number this year, 51 blocked shots for the Jamaican veteran, 36-year-old Robert Palmer, one of the best defenders in the MASL. Corner kick, San Diego. Looking for opening seconds goals here in the second quarter. Morales, right, and we'll do it again.
There's a gap to Craig if Morales makes that same run.
Another one of those lovely neon yellow miter balls put in play by Daniel Radford, working with Josh Wilkins, our officiating crew. There's Childs, just like you said, to the back post, blocked away by Hansen. It's going to be wide of net anyway. Ruggles to Morales. So good 1v1. Ruggles wide open in the middle. Morales, now Ruggles comes over, back to Morales, wide!
What a ball.
Great play by Ruggles, just tremendous to get Morales loose in tight quarters, but the counterattack is on and it's effective potentially. Charlie Gonzalez is the man to run it down for San Diego. With Cardenas, Aguirre gets it loose. In the middle, it's Palmer. Orozco comes up. And Aguirre holds, and now the system re-engages. Possession. Possession. Palmer lifting for Hansen. Brings it down with the inside of the right shoe. Falls. Play on. Not even a foul call. Ruggles waited and then scooped up the ball. First minute done. Second quarter. Still no score. Eerily reminiscent of our first match, which was scoreless at halftime.
Yeah, this first goal is going to be super important. As we've been talking about, you get down behind early, you start to
what a steal.
Force things.
Mendes swiped it from Stinson. The stinger met the swiper. Alami bounces it out. Ben Raymond can control for San Diego. Defenders play the ball between one another. Soccer is much more traditionally set up. Here's Mendez. Spinning it forward. How silky. Mendez. Raymond. And it just turns into another triangle pass, but we got to see some fancy footwork by number 13. Gutierrez now pressured by Alami. Here comes the pressure all the way to the keeper. Opportunistically, Empire does this, but they didn't do it as 5. They did it as 1 that time. Childs now can Costa get on it. He can, and the save by Orozco.
I knew Craig was going to play that ball from the second it went through. What a run.
Maybe because you guys were roommates for, well, better than a decade together.
Yeah, that's a ball he would have played me for sure. That was a good run from Gabby, and Craig rewarded him for it, and they almost got a goal.
Raymond and the Sockers. Oh, there's a foul on Costa. 2 guys in the featherweight division of this league, Reyes and Costa, going shoulder to shoulder right there. Now, with a quick restart, Alami comes into the zone. The Moroccan plays it back as Orozco comes up to join the attack. And once again, the eastern goal to our left is empty. Alex Bradley. This one is floated up for Fabian. The Chivas star lost it, got it back with a foul on Oliveira along the wall. That infuriates a Strykers fan right there. Or maybe it was a Sockers fan who wanted a blue. Quintana will bounce one forward for Morgan. Morgan trying to turn on it first time. Morgan trying to rush up on it. He got past Orozco. He fired it off the wall, but Orozco could pot down.
That little turn that Tavoy has is so lethal. Unlucky for him to take that long touch, trying to get around the outreached arms.
Serta heads it down. Leo out of the air. Tavoy! Tavoy Morgan with an absolute ripper! 1-0.
That was filthy. You can see he's setting it up. As soon as he has the half volley, he knows he's going to smash it. Look where he placed it, back to the near post. Oh, finish. Well earned.
Tell you what, don't discount that assist by Leo, bringing it up about hip height, his foot, to send that and to not only control it, but be directional about that play. And Tavoy Morgan's first of the playoffs is our lid lifter in quarterfinal number 2.
So 2 things happen when the first goal of the game happens is the team that gets scored on has to try to respond. And we're going to see how Empire responds. And the other thing is it's a little bit of a momentum because now they have to come at you a little bit. And as a Sockers player with the lead, you want to get another one.
Ball loose. Pee-wee with the steal. Can the Sockers counter? Tricky, but the ball spins perfectly to Gutierrez. Gutierrez then gets spun by Stinson. They do-si-do on the yellow line, and Stinson comes away with it. 4 minutes done first quarter. The goal at 3:29, Morgan from Leo. And we say it's Morgan's first because regular season stats do not carry over in the playoffs. We reset here in the major arena soccer. Tomorrow, 4 p.m., Brian and I will be back with you for quarterfinal 3. That will be the 3 versus 6 match. Baltimore Blast, the 3rd seed. Utica City FC, the 6th seed. Look at the pass by Childs. Sending in Charlie. 1v1. Charlie misses wide. Left-footed, and he just shot it wide of left post.
What a ball from Craig again.
Incredible. Orozco and Costa tangle. Brian Orozco has to throw his body everywhere. A little bit more than the regular keeper's remit.
It's unlucky by Charlie. He wants that one back for sure. That's his move, too.
Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, truly providing long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Learn more, try it yourself, visit greendropcompression.com. Seeking compression, but instead experiencing depression, Leopoldo Hernandez. He tried to sell a foul, rolled and could not get the call, and then Palmer pushes down Costa. Palmer is fit to be tied and could get yellowed up. Let's see. Meanwhile, off the ball, Brian, Josh Wilkins carries Charlie and Ciro Oliveira together to give them a little talking to.
Yeah, I didn't quite see it, actually. I was trying to pay attention to Gabby after the boarding slash, I don't know, it's hard to see from this angle. We really can't tell what happened with their feet, but definitely a foul, and obviously Palmer wasn't super happy about it.
Oh, yeah, they gave him a lot of latitude there. 5 minutes done, second quarter, 20 minutes complete, 1/3 of the way through this match. Here's Morgan, who got us going with a goal. He's looking explosive tonight. Tip away steal from behind by Tavoy there, but it comes out to Hansen, who turns and feeds Perez. Back to Hansen, couldn't connect, or that would have been a goal. And Morales clears the other way, hustling back the young Strykers to regain possession.
I don't know if you noticed the recovery there by Charlie as well. That was not his man, and he made that play.
Justin Stinson through Reyes to Hernandez. Soccer screaming, challenging. I believe saying 6 men on the floor. Brian, the entire bench is was screaming.
Yeah, they don't throw the flag for 6 men unless they're pretty confident in it. So, what's Phil's record on challenge play? Yeah.
We figured this challenge is for a sloppy change and too many men on the floor. Each team has to be held to 5 field players and the keeper.
San Diego is challenging for a possible too many men violation. The previous play is under review.
And now we go to MASL video review. Here we go. We're going to be counting. Completely whiffed on this in our last broadcast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put 2 guys on the doors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the keeper, unless there's someone off screen we don't see. Boy, they seemed stern. Now, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there. 6. That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, but he's in the. Oh, there you go. He came on too.
Yeah, and then he came on.
Yeah,
too. That's it right there, for sure.
I'd say there's a little bit of a gray area if you're in the line, but
well, and that's when I got wrong on our last broadcast, Brian. I thought that Drew Ruggles got away with it hovering in the line, but he was out there too long.
No, this is too far. That is definitely no gray area there.
Yeah,
There's
this should be
2 minutes.
100% a 2-minute penalty, unless we're just baffled.
There's no way they can not give that.
Yeah, I mean, we can count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can count it yourself. 7. Well, 7 is even more. Well, do you get an extra bonus if it's 7 men on the field? Can you get 4 minutes for that?
I don't think so. I think you're pushing your luck.
I'd like to ask for 7 men on the field, please, and I'd like to get the double bonus.
I have seen one time where both teams had 6 men on the field, and it played for a minute where nobody caught anything.
Amazing. Well, at least it was fair. All right, here comes the call.
It's pretty straightforward.
After review, Empire was playing with too many men. Blue card to Empire, 2-minute power play, and San Diego retains their first challenge.
So we'll see our first power play of the night. And with a successful challenge, Phil Salvaggio gets his toy back. The red flag is back in his breast pocket. And now a 2-minute power play begins for San Diego for too many men on the field against Empire. Somebody has to come out and serve for the Strykers. The penalty box door is open. Someone's got to go in. No one has yet, which is just a thing.
So these are the moments where Sockers can capitalize on this mistake, and this could be a moment that we talk about after the game as the too many men, the power play, if that didn't happen. So it's on the Sockers now to try to make them pay for this mistake.
Obasi makes a strategic decision. He puts Stinson in the box, hoping for a counterattack after a kill. However, Brian just mentioned, this is a critical inflection point in the game. Let me add some data to that. This is the second best power play in the league. The Sockers going against the third worst penalty kill in the league in Empire. Costa to Charlie. Sockers 13 for 30 in the regular season, 43%, second in the league. Here comes a counterattack. This could be a shorthanded goal. It's Mansoray, 1v1! Pardo gobbles it up. Empire has one shorthanded goal this year, but they've only stopped 19 of 34 penalties. They've given up 15 goals, 56% kill rate, 10th in the 12-team league.
I saw Craig say something to Charlie on that jog back. So interesting to see how Charlie feeds Gabby and Craig over the next 30 seconds.
Charlie Gonzalez, shot blocked, back to Gabby. Minute on the power play, halfway through. Childs keeps it moving. Charlie top of the umbrella. Costa on the right wing. Leo is working the half wall now. Down on the far post is Morales.
All the way through.
Morales runs through as Leo holds. Backward soul roll to Costa. 8 minutes left in the half. 42 in the power play. Morales down low. Costa shoots wide. And Childs has to run it down for San Diego. 33 left on the penalty. Too many men on Empire. Charlie to Costa. 7:45 on the game clock. 1-0 San Diego, looking for more. Leo, 21 seconds. Leo trying to thread it through to Luis. Costa keeps it going. Spinning ball out to Charlie. He settles it. Childs down low. Leo turns, fakes, shoots, blocked. Palmer draws the foul. And that will essentially kill the penalty with 10 seconds left and a chance for the ball to be on Empire's toe.
Yeah, that was an opportunity to try to get a 2-goal lead early on. Lost it.
Cardenas to Cerda. Luis Morales.
So much for your power play statistics.
Well, you know, they weren't 100%. Stats, you know, even a 15% chance hits 1 out of 6. 16.7 to be technical for some math nerd out there. Here's Leo. Leo rolling it over to Cerda. Down low. It's Charlie off the wall. Blocked back by Aguirre. Charlie gets it back. Loops it in the air. Oh, Roscoe. Did he possibly? He did. He kept, his feet left the crease, but the ball stayed in the white area.
He's very athletic. That was a nice play.
Easily could have been a 2-minute penalty and a shootout. Alami stepping to the middle. Stolen. Pee-wee. Pee-wee bends it forward. Racing out as Mendez, but Orozco can get there first. His distribution is right to a man in blue and gold, Mitchell Cardenas, the Mexico City native, out to Boris Pardo. 1-0 Sockers. 6:20 in the second. This one headed twice, knocked down, bouncing ball. Stinson controls. Fabian is his outlet. Back to Stinson, the top 2 scorers for the Strikers connecting right there. Now Reyes. And now possession. Here comes Orozco. Here comes the system. Here comes slowing things down. This is the Empire way in the Obasi system. Hold, possess. But most importantly, right, Brian, hold the San Diego defenders on the floor.
Yeah, they're falling back into their defensive positioning. They're sacrificing. They're all the way back onto our side of the circle is their line of defense, and they're going to try to bunker in and cut passing lanes and kind of see where they dictate it. They want to try to get it to one side before they can try to put pressure on the ball.
And this is where if they can play Orozco effectively, they can create the outmanned opportunity. That's where the system is supposed to work. This one happened to go behind Wilkins and out of play, and with 5:19 left in the second quarter, we've reached the officials' timeout. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, see if there's another answer before we get to half. Morgan's goal has made it 1-0 San Diego on Galazzo. The Sockers looking for what could be a critical contribution tonight from Charlie Galazzo. Talking about Juan Carlos Charlie Gonzalez, Sockers' leading scorer, 16 goals, 20 assists. That was just 4 off the Passmaster title. In his career, crossed the 300-point threshold late in the season, and he's also Ontario's all-time leading scorer with 163 points. He'll pass that total next year with San Diego. But what a creative, effective offensive player, Charlie Gonzalez.
Yeah, Charlie has been an impactful player on the defensive side too, actually, this year more so than in the past.
Ruggles sends one. Now Orozco the other way. Stinson shoots wide. Leo's able to keep it away from Abdul Mansoure on the rebound. The one touch for Pardo here is brought back to his face almost. Hansen brought it down. Now Leo gets in front. Under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Here comes Luis Pee Wee Ortega. Pee Wee, a clutch hero for this team many times in the past. Cuts it down to Leo. Leo got ambitious on that play. Hansen read the cross and blocked it into the corner. Then holds Mendez. Stinson trying to race out. Clean tackle of the ball. Orozco is going to defensive clear. This will be top of the arc, San Diego, Brian.
It's good pressure. Stinson almost got out there, but closed down quick. What I was saying about Charlie, though, is that his offensive points, his passing, his assists, and now his goals this year, but he's also taking a little chip on his shoulder to play a little bit harder at defense. And I think in a game like this right now against his former team, there's nothing more important than Charlie to get some points and stop some.
Morales will take a rip! Oh, it's pretty! It's so pretty! Breaking the net, breaking the law! Luis Morales, 2-0.
So you can see the way that they're set up. They're a little bit worried about Charlie coming around or Craig coming around for a right foot. And there's not much you can do about a finish like that.
There's nothing you can do. No executive order can stop that. No district court.
I called it. I said he was going to get 2 goals tonight. That's 1.
10:47 the time of goal. All right, now here's my question to you, Brian. The system is the system, but when you're down 2, as Orozco brings it in, this is what I'm talking about. How can you give up a goal here potentially with a mistake? What if you score instead? That's the answer, says Obasi. System works, baby. 2-1. Fabian has scored.
There's a potential idea of challenging that play, but there's a foul maybe on Pee Wee right there, but that's the way it works.
Smooth and clean.
Slip through the legs of Ben. Nothing you can do. Fabian is a goal scorer.
And Espinosa set it up really well. 11:03, that answer just 16 seconds later. Well done, Empire. And I mean, Orozco really led and initiated that attack with his rush up the floor.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how selective it is, but it's selective aggression. Like you'll see at a Friday night Ocean's 11 poker table. Selective aggression. Steal, Costa, 2v2. He's got a big man marking him. He steps around him, shoots and scores! Are you kidding me? The Sockers have their golden boots on tonight. 3-1. Sox are on a roll.
Cuts it into the right, gets it on his foot. There he wants it. Top corner. Again, another one of those shots that it's tough to make a save on that. The other thing is, now what counter to what I said a second ago, Obasi might be able to challenge that play on Gabby. Was it a foul when he stole the ball from Stinson? Potentially, yes.
That answer was 30 seconds later. And the bonus ball into the stands.
This is the best part about indoor soccer, is that momentum can be taken and taken back.
Man, the goals we've seen from the Sockers in this second quarter. Morgan, Morales, Costa, each one of those getting clipped by Phil Levanco for goals of the week as we speak. No mistakes. Here comes Orozco. Right to Pardo. Can Pardo trigger the counter? And maybe that was the mistake, was Orozco's mistake. Pee Wee. No assist for Costa. Gutierrez. Celebrated his 34th birthday last month. Leo got it out of there. Serta turns and finds himself open for a second. Sends in Childs. Palmer deftly takes the ball away. Under 3 to go. Coming up at halftime, Amanda Panda Filament caught up with Justin Stinson. Hear that conversation and more. Stay with us. Down low, blocked by Pardo. On the shot pass by Hernandez. Polo. Now Fabian! Blocked by Quintana. And that'll be a restart from the wall.
That was a big save by Boris. That could have been sneaking in the bottom.
It's a huge difference, 2 goals to 1 goal going to half. Especially when you got the last one. Stinson rips it! He gets the crossbar and out. Meanwhile, down and writhing is Pee-wee. Let's hope he's okay. He's not acting like it, gang.
No.
He is acting like he got something bad. Let's see Paul Savage out, trainer for San Diego. Here comes Paul.
Pee-wee is as tough as they come. I played with a lot of players over my career, and Pee-wee is one of the top guys when it comes to being able to handle something like this. And if he's down, it's something that hurts.
Yeah. Savage working on, it looks like the right quad, but it's just impossible to say. The only thing I can say is the way Pee-wee is reacting is the way you don't want to see. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's...
Need a knee potentially there.
Need a quad?
Could be. Yeah, that was leg to leg. All right, Pee-wee to a seated position. Having watched that, strangely as painful as that obviously was, it's slightly encouraging in that it's more of a contact, soft tissue situation as opposed to maybe a ligament muscle situation. Pee-wee's going to go straight to the locker room with 2:21, and seems he'd have to have sat out 2 minutes anyway. That's just basic logic there, not indicative necessarily of severity per se.
Well, like I said, Pee-wee's as tough as they come, so whatever it is not light. He would not be faking it to get attention to get off the field.
No, that's not him. And he's been handed off to Anne-Marie Alf as Paul comes back to the bench. It's going to take a whole tank of magic spray. 2:21 to go. And these are some very important minutes. Gonzalez and Hansen doing battle. Each had their toe on the ball at one point. Now it's Stinson. Can he make a mark on this thing before we get to half? A silky attacker with 32 goals this year, just one short of the league lead from Jorge Rios of Chihuahua. Orozco is all the way up at midfield. The Sockers think greedy. What if we got a steal and a 4th goal? How much would that change this match?
Yeah, it'd be nice to go into halftime. Well, with the score at this rate, it would be nice to go into halftime, but get an extra one would be a huge bonus.
Hansen guarded by Quintana, who's really shown his physical prowess since coming to San Diego. Trade deadline acquisition from the Dallas Sidekicks, number 71. He was acquired by Chihuahua last year. Won himself a Rod Newman Cup. He's trying to do it back-to-back with different teams. The hired gun of the back line, Christian Quintana. 80 seconds remain in the first half. Melissa May will chat with Phil Salvaggio at halftime as well. Here's De La Torre. Antonio De La Torre. Oh, Morgan thought he had a steal. He's trying to go the other way. Now Fabian's got it. De La Torre's in the corner. Mendez got his leg down there. Ball spinning. Mendez sits on it. Still live. Morgan protects. Morgan dropped. Ooh. Cards out. Blue card on Fabian with a minute to play in the half, Brian. Suckers going on the man advantage.
Yeah, I don't know if that was really well sold by Tavoy or if it was just not very smart on Fabian's part. I think that's a tough blue card to give him.
Ontario 33.
Felt a little soft in my
Boarding.
opinion.
This is a 2-minute power play.
And by the look on his face, I think he would agree with me.
Milwaukee head coach Giuliano Oliviero just had his number retired by the Wave, came over to take a look in the booth and ask a question, was it or wasn't it? Just hoping to get some info from us. There's been no challenge. The whistle is sounded. Here we go. This power play could bisect the half. The Sockers could start the third quarter with a minute of power play, or they could score here and add to a 3-1 lead. Costa, Charlie, with Morales, Leo, and Childs, the power play unit.
I keep looking at Childs at the back post as an option.
Morales! Off the soccer script logo. He was a great option. He just couldn't bring it down. Costa, 33 seconds. Charlie directing traffic. Childs. One roll! Just missed. Tried to poke it inside right post. Morales, 22 seconds. Costa cuts it. Luis! Shot blocked by Aguirre. He'll have a bruise tomorrow. Giving it back, 14 seconds. It's Leo in the corner, the great distributor to Costa. Cuts it. Morales turns, shoots. Blocked by a sprawling Palmer. 7 seconds. Still time. Costa blocked again by Palmer, who pumps his fist as he ends the half. The Sockers will have a minute of power play to start the third quarter. 30 minutes complete from a boisterous Frontwave Arena. And our halftime score, Brian, Sockers 3, Strykers 1. Getting ready for the start of the third quarter from Frontwave Arena in Oceanside, North County, San Diego, California. The Sockers, the number 2 seed in the Major Arena Soccer League, leading the number 7 seed Empire Strykers by a 3-1 score. Let's bring you the first half highlights here on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. And it was a scoreless first quarter with some great saves along the way. Boris Pardo one-handed there. Orozco, that one headed off of the crossbar. Here another great chance, Pardo keeping his angle. It would be eventually Tavoy Morgan to break loose, anticipating the movement of the ball to get a one-time left-footed rocket away for 1-0. Speaking of rockets, there it is. Left-footed, Luis Morales puts it into the side netting for 2-0. But then it was a quick answer for Ontario. Espinoza finding Fabian in the middle, beating Pardo to his left for 2-1. Just 30 seconds after that, Gabby Costa cutting around De La Torre for the goal and the 3-1 score. First half shots 11-7 in favor of Empire. Craig Elston, Brian Farber, Melissa May with you. Brian off mic for a moment as we welcome in MASL head of officials and co-host of Under Review, the most controversial show in the MASL, Ryan Sigich. And Ryan, you have a new position here, positioned right next to us, doing VAR. Explain what your role is.
Well, a little hybrid VAR here, Craig, is just the two main objectives to it. One is just getting game impactful incidents correct prior to the final 5 minutes of the game when a team doesn't have their flag. So having a safeguard in there, you know, a recent example was maybe that game up in Utica where there was an attacker handball. Goal was scored, referees didn't see it, but there was still 7 minutes left in the fourth, so the referees couldn't go and review it. That's number one. Number two is just consistency game to game throughout this entire weekend. So what's a blue card, what isn't, what's clear and obvious, and what isn't. So from that standpoint.
Ryan, we really appreciate you, and if anything comes up that involves your purview, we look forward to welcoming you right back in.
I'll take a couple steps here to my right.
Perfect, perfect. Oh, okay, hang on. They want to put us on camera, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say hello. Hi. Hey, everybody. Great to see you. Appreciate you. This is the guy right here. Sigich. He texts me when I get things wrong.
I try, yeah.
It means I get a lot of texts. It's,
Not when you get them right, when you get them wrong.
That's why I get so many. That's why I get so many texts. All right, Ryan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Great job.
Here we go. Farbs has the headset back. And keep in mind, we now are starting on a power play, but Empire got the ball to start the power play. And this is really diffusing San Diego's attacking opportunity. Orozco brought it up. There's Cerda, heads it to Pardo. There's 41 seconds on the man advantage. I always feel like power plays to start a half are just doomed to fail, Brian. It's a different feeling. It's a go-go on a power play, but usually you come out of halftime, you want to settle in.
Yeah, coming out of the halftime, you are thinking, though, hey, we got a power play. Let's go out there and try to get a goal. So you know the guys are eager to try to get a couple shots off.
Well, it was well done by the Strykers to get the first 30 seconds of this done. Can they get a shot now? Leo, Costa, Leo. There's 10 seconds. Costa tips it. Morales! Big save, and Orozco saw it sneak behind him, but he was able to pounce on it. And there was that chance. Well designed by San Diego, but the power play is over. Full and even strength.
That was an unbelievable save. Lined up perfectly on his left foot. He could have gone anywhere. He tried to sneak it in the bottom corner. Big save from Orozco.
What does Empire need to do here to get back into this match, Brian?
I mean, it's such a game of momentum. It only takes one play, one goal, and obviously right back in it. This is not over by any means for San Diego. It's actually scary how fast momentum can change in an indoor game. So they don't really need to do much. They're in it still.
Palmer will send it up to Stinson. Orozco comes up and the system is re-engaged. 6 players in the field, the goalkeeper acting as the 6th player, but not importantly as the 6th attacker. The field players continue to control the ball. Now, one mistake can be deadly. Ruggles couldn't keep that one from skipping over the penalty box wall. Stinson, Reyes, Palmer, Fabian, and Alami, the rookie, for Empire out there right now. Gutierrez, Leo, Mendez, Ruggles, and Quintana for San Diego. Goalkeepers who started are still in, Pardo and Orozco.
I mean, listen to the names you just listed off on that lineup for Empire, right? That's a huge difference between what they've had in the past and how much strength they have now.
It's true. This is winner take all. Single elimination to get to Sunday's semifinal. Sockers were up 1-0, 2-0. It was 2-1, and now 3-1's where it holds for the moment. Mendez finds his man. Gutierrez coming forward. The TJ counter. He crosses back to Sebastian. Mendez so elusive 1v1. Can he take on Alami? Leo says, give it to me. I'm the pass master. 4th all-time in MASL assists, Leonardo de Oliveira. 12:21, clock running early minutes, 3rd quarter, 3rd of 4 15-minute quarters here to decide who advances and whose season ends. Morgan got us started on the scoring. He spins on Aguirre, draws the double team, kicks it out. The shot by Costa was knuckled wide. There's Cardenas to keep the possession alive. Mitchell dancing in and directing traffic. 3rd minute off the clock. Down to Ruggles. Right corner for the left footer. Drew, stop and go. Cuts it. Costa couldn't get a shot away. Back to Ruggles. He can, and he roots it! Goal! Sockers! Ruggles, muy sucio! 4-1.
There's a little give and go. Back, finds him again. Drew on his favorite left foot. Puts it in the top corner. What a finish.
Ruggles has regained that mojo that we saw when he was a champion in 2018-19 with Milwaukee, and when he was with the finalist Florida Tropics, and just always felt like one of the most dangerous players in the league anytime he was on the floor. First season, takes a while sometimes, Brian, to get adjusted to becoming a soccer.
Kinda, yeah, but I would also say that Drew was asked not to do that last year. Drew was asked to not really play that role, even though that's why we were so, interested in bringing him in. He was not asked to be an offensive threat as much as he has been asked for this year, and he has stepped up.
So now a 3-goal lead for the first time tonight. And this is where, if I could ever, sit down on a podcast with Obasi, I'd start to ask questions. At what point does the system stop paying dividends when you're falling behind?
Well, it's definitely a challenge because it's slow and patient, but they still need to stick to their game. This is what they do. If they get that next goal back, they'll start to feel that momentum again. 4-2, they're right back in it. There's plenty of time. But if it keeps getting stretched, then it does become a challenge. They have not had many games where they lost by more than 2 goals this season, so they're always in it.
Here's Ciro Oliveira. Raymond did just enough to gum up the works there. Now Orozco's caught in the corner. Can the Sockers get something going here? All spun out. Oliveira keeps the possession through De La Torre to Palmer, and the system survives. Espinosa saved by Pardo. Boris, cat-like, diving to his left.
Yeah, Boris was onto that quick. Boris has a lot of experience. He knew that little turn was going, and he was in the right position, as he always is.
Pardo, great distribution. Looking for Morgan. He turns on the ball. He's got Orozco in front of him. He fires, and Palmer stepped in on the block. Over the low wall, out of play. Should be a Sockers restart. 5 minutes done, 35 total complete, 25 still to play in this elimination affair. You got to stay tuned here, folks. We'll have the night game on Galazo tomorrow, 7:30. The semifinal, second semifinal, Sunday, 5:30 with Farbs and myself. 6 single elimination contests. Already Chihuahua has advanced and eliminated St. Louis. Sockers are trying to eliminate Empire. See the top 2 seeds into the semis. Can the Strykers turn the narrative? Here's the guy who can do it. The explosive Justin Stinson. Taken off the ball by his teammate from 2 years ago, Costa. And then Stinson. That's got to be a card for sure. Looked like a swing. Stinson says, I got an elbow first. He wants a challenge from Obasi.
There's no way they're going to give a – they're trying to give a card to Costa right now. The foul is on Costa. He's just protecting the ball. I don't even have any words. I don't really care.
Is that not a card on Stinson?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they came running up like gunslingers with their hands on the holster, ready to pull.
They've had a little battle going on the whole night that you can kind of see and feel, and they're trying to prove something to each other.
Well,
but in that situation,
has challenged.
That's great.
Here comes the challenge announcement for MASL Video Review.
Empire is challenging for a possible missed blue card. The previous play is under review.
Did you say possible vicious blue card?
No, it's not. It's not Costa's. It's not Costa's style to throw elbows. He was just saying, like, look, I got the ball, and I'm between the ball and you, and there's nothing you can do about it at that point in time. And Stinson kept coming. Those guys are both ballers trying to get the ball back. There's no intent other than to slow it down and protect it.
We got to go back beyond. Okay. Now we can really get into the meat of this. Was that an elbow?
No, that's a steal. And now he's dribbling away with the ball, and now he's protecting it. Now that kind of looked violent, but I wouldn't say he was intentionally throwing an elbow to try to hurt Stinson. They're friends.
Right, they are friends.
That's my perspective. I have a relationship.
Okay, now we get a
with both
closer
these guys.
look. Shoulder to shoulder is what it looks like. Now, obviously I've been with this Sockers organization a while, so if you want to say I've got blue and gold glasses on, I'd say no, they're only gold.
They did call it on Costa the first fall.
Interesting.
And actually Palmer came in saying, like, yo, what are you doing? So maybe the perspective on the field is a little different than it is up here, but
again,
that's a clean.
Where's the elbow, though?
That's clean. He's got the ball. There's 2 grabs on his shoulders.
Okay, right there. Could you say, was that an elbow to the midriff?
It's right here is where it is.
That's a paw of the hand.
That's what they're mad about. There's what looked like an arm back, but I'm telling you, I just know that that's not intentional.
Well, here's the announcement.
It's pretty fast.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. Foul only in favor of Empire. Empire is now out of challenges for the rest of the game.
What's the foul? An elbow?
So they are calling a foul on Costa on the play.
But what is the foul? An elbow? Because that would be 2 minutes.
However,
let's get Sigic over here.
Yeah, in a moment I think we will. When we get a chance, we will.
Where they're calling the foul is at the end of the play. They didn't call it over there by the boards. That was clean, dribbling away. Where's the foul? And if it is a foul, if it's an elbow, then that's 2 minutes. Sounds like a cop-out.
Yeah, the interesting thing is it is, in fact, a foul. But, giveaway. Orozco sort of almost picked Orozco's pocket to shoot on net. Now instead, Orozco got the pass away, and it's Stinson going the other direction. It's off the soccer script. Can Fabian get the second bite of the apple? We've got a foul called on Empire this time against Fabian.
I don't know what that was either.
It was an encroachment warning is what it was, Brian, according to Scott, our PA announcer here at Frontwave Arena. Again, if you're somewhere around, 4 o'clock tomorrow, Baltimore, Utica, Brian and I will have that for you on MASL TV on YouTube. 7:30, Nick Vassos, Christian Philly Philemon for Milwaukee, Kansas City, the grudge match. Here's Charlie off the steal. Charlie puts it to the middle. And he just put it to the legs of the defender. Now Morgan Morales must score, but the kick saved by Orozco instead.
It's another big save. If I was a keeper, I wouldn't want Morales having the ball dimed up on his left foot, just trying to pick his spot.
I was about to say that 5-1 would feel near definitive for San Diego. I do want to note for all the great Empire fans that are watching and hoping and dreaming that they were down 6-1 against San Diego in the fourth and took the lead the last time that we played.
Yeah.
So trust me, even if they go down 5-1 or 6-1, this match is nowhere near over.
Definitely not over with these guys. They have good goal scorers. Stinson, Fabian, Andy. They can score goals. Leo. And at the same time, momentum can easily switch. So I'm not counting anything yet.
Having said that, this has been a classic veteran defensive clinic by the San Diego Sockers.
Yeah, you're midway through the third quarter and you've only given up one goal. Our goal was always to try to keep it under 4, and they are well on that path.
Well, and as you can see from the simple math, if you did that goal, Sockers have the dub with 4 goals already on the board. So now it becomes the impetus on Empire, right, Brian? They've got to come to you.
They do. It's hard to beat San Diego in San Diego. As we know with the record in this building, they have never lost in Frontwave. They very rarely lose in San Diego ever. Over the last, 10, 12 years, it has been a good home record. So when you get a 4-goal lead, you can start to feel pretty confident. But again, it's indoor soccer. It is the playoffs, and anything can happen.
Here's a very important note that Ryan Sikic just passed along. First, Oliveira's attack. Gabi Costa sitting on 5 fouls. You only get 5 fouls in this league. On the 6th foul, it's a red card, not to suspend you the next game, but it's a red card to eliminate you from the match, and it's a 2-minute power play for the opponent. 7:34, halfway home in the third quarter. Drew Ruggles, goal from Costa, made it 4-1 San Diego. Can Empire answer back? We find out next on Galazzo. Take 10, that's all the time you'll need for Eric Bergerud to take you inside the game and get to know some of the big stars advancing the sport both on and off the field. 10 for 10 airs on MASL TV. See the full season on MASL TV on YouTube. While you're there, catch MASL Monday. It's every Monday night, MASL TV and here on CBS Sports Galazzo Network. Alex Bastiavansky, our favorite Canadian, along with Phil Levanko. Joined by special guests around the league, all the highlights, all the stories, everything you need. MASL Monday. Check it out. 7.5 to play, third quarter. I'll say this, next goal's big. I will say that definitively. 5-1 versus 4-2 is about as important as you can get in an elimination match.
So during the timeout, I was watching the two different groups. Phil has the team cool, calm at our bench. I know those conversations. I know how that goes. He's trying to make sure that everybody understands the importance of this time and the importance of this game and what the score is. And if we don't give up goals, then we win this game, and to go out there and do your job. Now, Obasi's on the other end, and he's talking about how somebody needs to be the spark and create that extra something right now to get them that next goal. So it should be interesting the next 7 minutes how this quarter finishes out.
Brian also noticed, and we can confirm Alex Bradley has a warm-up jacket on now and appears to be done for the night for Empire. So he's missed most of the year with injury, came back, tried to give it a go, but it looks like one fewer man, only 13 field players for Obasi to pick from the rest of the match, as Bradley's going to sit it out.
Yeah, he's standing on the back bench. You can see he's kind of just arms crossed, probably pretty frustrated. Rough season for him. He came out here with high expectations as a leader of this group to try to help Obasi accomplish some goals. Just didn't work out, unfortunately, but he's a stud in this league, and he has been for a long time, and injuries happen.
Now here's the strategic question I want to ask you, Brian, to get inside Phil Salvaggio's mind, because my question is, what does he do with Gabi Costa? Does he go NBA style and take Costa out of his line, knowing that one more foul and it's a blue card? As you said, the most important thing is don't allow a goal. The worst way to allow a goal is obviously a power play.
No, I think you have a very big game in 2 days if things stay the way that they are, and that Costa is very important for that game. One, obviously he wouldn't be missing it because of the card accumulation, but you don't need to give up 2 minutes, and you just don't need to risk having a player sit out the rest of the game. Just sit him, I think, is probably what they're doing. They'll probably put him on for power play and set pieces if those are his, spots, but I don't think that they'll have him playing in normal shifts.
Okay, so you agree. You would take him out of his line.
I think they already
and
have.
only use him in sets.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Oh, look at this. Can Gutierrez run on it? Stinson, too fast. Orozco is going to keep pressing the action, taking more chances. Trying to get Stinson loose. Fabian, more like a sniper. Sets up from his post, hopes to get his target and then shoot.
He's just so cool, calm, like nothing phases him.
Marquito. Over to Palmer. Fabian signed a 2-year deal with Empire. He's brought a lot of attendance to the Strykers. Last year, he brought a ton of publicity, television, a lot of eyes. No wins, 3-21 when the year was over, 3-19-2.
Well, and a whole new system to try to adjust to this year with the way that they're playing now is probably another big adjustment for him. But he's come into this league better than anybody I can remember for a long time.
Quintana.
How many goals did he have last year? Like 42?
He had a lot. I'd have to look it up. I can tell you what he's got this year on this scorecard.
But I'm saying his first year in the league.
Yeah, it was really good. 25. I think he had 35 last year, 25 this year, if I remember correctly. Quick whistle here. Wilkins says, "Hang on," and he's calling for a delay. Was Pee Wee? Hey,
yes.
Pee Wee's out there.
Yes.
Let's just say that Pee Wee is out there. The toughest kid you'll ever meet. Chicago tough. He's got new athletic tape on that left quad. Now he comes forward. Pee Wee taken away by Hernandez. Under 4 to play in the third quarter. Leo. Empire's Leo. Falls. Mitchell falls into him, and that's a foul. Empire needs something to break the dam. It could be Orozco. We've seen him score in these set-piece situations. You've got to keep him on account.
They're short a couple players.
Well, as opposed to too many men in the field. One issue is if you have too few on the field. Get the latest news on the MASL, your favorite teams, and more. Follow MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram. If you're using X still, you can go to MASL Arena. And hey, MASL social media. Why aren't you on Blue Sky? Get on the ski. Get on that ski. Start skeeting. Need some Blue Sky in our MASL Soccer. Also subscribe to MASL TV on YouTube for game rebroadcasts. This game will be posted a couple days from now on YouTube. Great fans, great crowd. And I really, I don't know, I'm just feeling the moment for Empire right now, Brian, that they need something, and they need it now.
Yeah, but this is, well, they definitely do, but you have to remember that this is a very experienced San Diego Sockers team that now has a 4-1 lead, and that is going to be a mountain to climb unless you pull something out pretty special, which is very possible. I'm not saying that they cannot, but right now the champion contenders every year are in the position that they want to be in going into the fourth quarter.
Wow. Yes. Keep the energy. Keep the energy.
So Empire wants to try to get one, off the set piece or sometime here, finish off this quarter with a goal or two, and then figure out the fourth quarter from there.
Both teams plotted and planned. Here's what they came up with. Fabian lifting, Stinson chesting, trapping, shooting! Punch save, Pardo! Raymond from his seat, able to lift it out to offensive midfield. Great save by a man who's having a great game, Boris Pardo. He's come up with some big moments. Pee Wee, clever. Pee Wee, just run off the ball by Reyes, and gentle, but I think there was a foul there. You could have gotten away with not calling it in the playoffs, but they did. Cerda restarts. Cesar Cerda playing out of the bed, essentially, playing sick. Costa's out there. Don't get a foul. Immediately gives up the ball, and Phil Salvaggio's heart rate goes up by 20.
Yeah, you can tell he's trying to be very careful. But that could be that spark.
3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Orozco is up on the system. Empty net to our right, the western goal. Stinson. And now Perez to Orozco. They're going to use him. The keeper's got the ball outside the Frontwave Credit Union logo. Couple idle touches and gives it away, but he's not giving it away. He kept it with his team. He's directing traffic. He's a verbal director out there. Ball is over the low wall. It's going to Empire. Palmer says, somebody run to the back post. Stinson says, don't worry, I got it. Justin Stinson over to Robert Palmer. The veteran defender shoots high over the glass. Robert Palmer scored the biggest goal in the history of the Fury Strykers franchise, the overtime game-winning goal in Game 2 of the 2021 Ron Newman Cup Finals, the only finals victory in Fury Strykers history. It forced a deciding mini-game between the Sockers and the Fury in Ontario's arena, Toyota Arena. The COVID season, 1,500 fans which was the maximum allowed. Oh, Hansen didn't sell the foul, but instead play on. Play advantage. Morales runs it down. Still loose top of the crease. Gonzalez cuts it out. Can Morgan go the other way? Hansen just getting up now. Tavoy Morgan tips it forward. Cardenas wide. With under 2 to go in the third quarter, that could have been a killer for Empire's hopes.
That was a great ball from Tavoy to understand that overlap was coming from Mitchell. A little unfortunate.
Here comes Hansen. Hansen running through the middle. De La Torre with 1:38 to go. Here comes Orozco up again. Brian has to be fit for all of what they ask him to do. De La Torre, under 90 to play in the quarter. Charlie blocked it. Can Charlie get the shot off? He hit the crossbar. Holy cow, from 2/3 field. Pee-wee now taken out by Aguirre. You couldn't do that with 100 tries.
That was unbelievable, off by an inch.
Drew plays to the wall, but Pee-wee had to come off. Childs with the magic minute. Minute 45 open now at Frontwave Arena. Mendez, back and forth he goes. Crashing Mendez, back post, Childs, Mendez, Childs, and Orozco grabs it off the goal line, and he runs forward, and here come the Strikers on counterattack. 33 seconds in the frame. Alami working, weaving, shot blocked, shot saved, rebound! Pardo's got it. Boris plays himself. He's got some options. Big foul over the back on Palmer there. Nailing Costa. Who's like, what, you didn't call the foul on me? Here's Charlie. 12 seconds. Can he find Morgan? He was trying. Quintana now, 6 seconds. Just avoid any errors. Ruggles will do exactly that and loft one up. Come on, boys. Play nice. The quarter is over. Everyone back to their respective sandboxes as we take time out. When we come back, 15 minutes to save Empire's season or for San Diego to advance. Those are the storylines when we return to the Ron Newman Cup quarterfinals presented by Verizon on Golazo. This is the road to the Ron Newman Cup. MASL playoffs, quarterfinal single elimination. Tomorrow we do it all again, Brian. 4 o'clock for you and I for the 3-6 match. Utica versus Baltimore. They've played 6 times this year. Baltimore's won 5 out of the 6. In Utica, take advantage of the familiar colored and upset the Blast.
When I saw Utica play in this building a couple months back, they looked sharp. So it depends on what squad they have. Do they have everybody?
That's the question. I don't think Kelvin's available, but we'll find out tomorrow. Meanwhile, Game 2, which will be back here on Galazzo with Nick Vassos and Philly Philemon. Oh, it's the grudge match. It's Kansas City, Milwaukee, Comets and Wave. I already saw Derek Huffman in the crowd. He hasn't gotten red carded yet, but it's just a matter of time. And that one will be live at 7:30 tomorrow on Galazzo. We'll be off the air, but I think I'll be in a seat here, Brian. I can't miss this one.
No, I'm going to stick around and watch that too. Huff is a big character in this league, and he's honestly a very cool dude. If you've actually had real conversations with him, you'd be surprised.
The real story about the Wave is they acquired the king, Frank Tayu, and then Tayu put up 20 points in 6 games. They won 5 out of 6. Bennett have formed an unstoppable duo unless they can be stopped by the Comets, who reeled, losing 6 of their last 8 heading into the playoffs. So many storylines. Stay with us tomorrow, and then Sunday, the semifinals. By the time all is said and done, 6 teams' seasons will be ended, and 2 will be left to play for the Cup. 4th and final quarter, Mansour's trying to steal the ball right away. Quintana had to kick it out of bounds like a soccer sweeper. Empire now has got to get the next goal. They're in white. They'll go left to right across your screens. The Sockers once again in blue and gold going right to left. Stinson, who's been quiet tonight. No, almost got it right as I said it. And Raymond kept it out of the goal with an awkward block, but an effective one, Farbs.
Little back heel. That was a big save right there. Again, that's what I'm talking about, is those are the moments that when you capitalize on those, you start to steal a little momentum and get into it. Well, the Sockers are stopping all these little moments that the Empire are actually creating. Yeah, Boris is making saves.
I think it's a great point on striking fury. Philly and Panda can talk about that one. That was a missed opportunity right there. Speaking of which, great to have them all here, the Philemons. Family affair.
Two of the best around.
2 best Philemons I know. Leo. Ooh. Craig went left, he went right. 2 ships passing in the night. Morales.
Craig was trying to get to the back post, let Leo take another touch, but Leo likes to lay that ball off early. Miscue.
Stinson dribbling through a thicket. Fabian trying to draw a whistle. He did, but not a card. Set piece, Empire. Here's something interesting I've noted watching so many Empire matches this year, Farbs. When they're in the system, very difficult to take possession from Empire. But when they go 6 attackers, here's Fabian, blocked by Morales. It's really gone backwards for him. Like, surprisingly so, given how much time they work on having an empty net. So, something to keep in mind. Normally 6 attacker, very dangerous, but I guess you're just kind of used to it if you've been defending against it all game. I don't know.
Well, I don't quite understand how they've had less success in 6 attacker because they're playing 6 attacker the entire game. So I personally would not take Orozco off the field. I would not put in another traditional 6 attacker. Last time they had Palmer on, but I would leave it as him because he's the best with his hands and he's great with his feet.
Fabian! Crossbar! Rebounds out and Pee-wee's on the run. Orozco's running back in. Ortega's on it. Stepping to his right foot. Crossing, trying to feed Serta. And it was blocked by Robert Palmer. What a great effort by Luis Pee-wee Ortega. Tell you what, if you want to know about heart, soul, and what a grit and grind player looks like in this sport, just check out number 69, ever so nice, Pee-wee Ortega. Here's Tavoy. Tavoy! It's Charlie waiting. Fancy save by Orozco. Pelvis save. That hurt. He was staggered.
It was a good turn by Charlie. Good save. It's probably very hard to see that ball coming at him, how quickly Charlie turned. Good position.
The keeper. Putting yourself between yourself and the ball can be more painful than others. Here's Alami. And he and Mendez staggered. A good pass from the floor. Stinson can't get a foot on it. Gutierrez ran across. 12:06, clock running. going to feel like a slow clock to Phil Salvaggio and the Sockers. To Obasi, it feels like it's running at 1.5x, like a podcast on my phone.
Speaking of phones, I need to give a shout out to my daughter Ari and my son Beckham because I'm getting text messages this entire time. So shout out. There you go.
Man, I remember when Ari was born.
13 years ago this week.
Incredible. I remember it was playoff time, yeah. Reyes, former San Diego Soccer, former member of Sockers 2 as well, could never really get regular playing time. He's found his time and his role here in Empire.
Andy is very good. I think he could have been a long-time Soccer. He just didn't want to. Well, I don't think he wanted to wait much longer.
Perez just missed the back post, and Reyes was lurking there. Fabian now. Marco lifting it, trying to get it back. He's racing the middle. Stinson has it, and the 4th minute of the 4th quarter is done. 11 to play. Fabian working with Stinson. Now Orozco right up top. Cannot afford to give the ball up. Stinson cuts it. It's Ciro Oliveira. Stinson's going to be the quarterback right now. Good pass. Oliveira then stumbled a little bit. Had a shooting lane for an instant. Stinson will fire! High off the Frontwave Credit Union logo. Gutierrez knows he can't shoot there. Stinson got the steal. It's down low. It's Alami. Almost blocked into the net inadvertently by Ruggles. Instead, he pinballs it to Pardo. Charlie. Transition is on. Costa's out there playing with 5 fouls. 10-14 to go in the 4th. Quintana. And Tavoy, no foul. The foul is called at midfield. Instead, Ruggles on Alami.
Costa's going off quickly. He doesn't want to stick around and play defense. We want him with the ball at his feet going forward. It's hard to get a foul, although he did have a foul with the ball at his feet earlier, so he's been wrong before.
Strykers. Here's Perez. Perez blocked. Pardo got a touch on that. Crashing in. Morales back and forth. Spits one out for Leo. Sockers counterattack. Leo with Pee-wee and Raymond. Leo curves it to the back post. Raymond trying to knock it down. Fabian crashes into the corner and draws a foul at the feet of Radford.
Sockers
quarters. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the Sockers could do themselves a little bit of a favor here in this last 9 minutes and just kind of keep the ball for a period of time rather than try to get another goal, because you're up 3. If you burn off 2-3 minutes, you get yourself into a great position and you're making them chase. So when they do pull 6 attacker and they are super aggressive, you have a little bit of legs.
One thing that I just note, idly or not, is that part of the system is alternating quarter by quarter the keepers to keep them physically fresh, because Orozco is being asked to do 3 times more than a normal keeper. However, with no Brandon Gomez available tonight, Orozco's going the distance, and I do wonder, or at least, oh, hang on, steal Mansoray. Here comes Abdul Mansoray. He was the 4th quarter hero last week, lost that one, and Quintana did well. So my question is, will Orozco get tired? TLDR. Over to Mendez, working on Palmer. Under 9 minutes to play. Foul called on Childs over there, who will hustle off the floor. Every once in a while, you have to delay the game just to get Craig out of the game. It's just a thing you got to do every once in a while, and it's a good thing when you do it. Remember, the Ron Newman Cup playoffs are presented by Verizon. Thank you, Verizon, for helping support indoor soccer in the USA and Mexico. If you disagree with the call tonight, well, then you should bother Ryan Sigich about it. And if you do, he'll talk about it on Under Review, the most controversial show in the MASL. Phil Ivanko's there, too. We love him. Catch it every Friday on YouTube. It's good to have Sigich here so I can needle him. Here's Orozco coming up. Time not on the side of Empire. They need to turn momentum. Goals can be scored in flurries in this sport, but right now it's feeling outdoor style.
Yeah, again, they're still sticking to their game plan. Lots of patience. They do want to get that extra man so they can try to find their shot and then try to get one of these back.
Orozco's all the way in the corner. The goalkeeper's in the corner. Alami blocked. Orozco has to run on it. Can he get it? Costa pushed off by Palmer. Fans are angry. Palmer says, forget you. And then Fabian skips it off of the trademark logo. Costa almost heads it into his own net. Forced Pardo into a tough save. 7.5 to go. Next whistle will be our final media timeout. Here comes Morgan crashing in. Orozco grabs it. And I'm telling you, Orozco is a bit gassed right now. He's coming forward again. Ball open. What a save, Pardo. Boris Pardo does it again. Gutierrez trying to work out of the corner. Morales. What a lovely backheel pass. It's 2-on-none. It's Gutierrez. It's Serra. It's Gutierrez. It's Serra. He scuffed it. Maybe take the shot instead of giving it to the flu guy. Here's Palmer. What a great try, though. But that could have ended the game.
Yeah.
Orozco is exhausted. He has to run so much further than any other player in the game, back and forth to the goal line.
Yeah, but he does it he gets to choose his time when to go forward and get back quick. I mean, he has to get back quickly, that's for sure. Lots of recovery runs, but.
Out of play, out of bounds, on to break. Verizon presents the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. We're back with the stretch run. Can Empire turn the tenor, or will San Diego go to the semis? We'll find out when we come back on Golazo. Leo and the Sockers crouching on a 4-1 lead. 6.5 minutes to punch their ticket to the semifinals on Sunday evening. Craig Childs held silent so far tonight. Can he change that for a dagger goal? Pinball in the corner. It's going to come out and run down by the captain at the spry age of 40, but then it's sprung for the fastest man on the floor, Mansoure. Abdul Mansoure trying to get his right foot into one. Hansen, shot blocked by Quintana. The Torre blocked by Raymond. And turned back by Hernandez. Boy, some rugged individual defending, Brian.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's crucial moments of the game. Their season's about to end. They have 6 minutes to try to do something, and they're going forward with aggression. They almost got one there.
Espinosa, bullied by Quintana, channeling Scotty Martin in his prime.
Shout out, Scotty.
Speaking of a bully on the ball. Yeah, just like that.
There wasn't many like him.
Just like that. Scotty Martin, a couple of hands extended. Get out of here. 5.5 to go. Here's Reyes. Reyes saying, come hither. Fabian lifting. This is a huge moment. Blocked and squirted wide. Polo was trying to pop one in. He had sprung open for just a second. Now a foul. These two have been very handsy. A think sheet is going to be offered to both sets of parents to consider at the end of the night. 4-1. Earlier today, Chihuahua burst open a tight game late for a 5-1 win. Here's Stinson, just wide off the Kaiser Permanente logo. Leo Beach Soccer bounce, sends it out. Orozco is able to rescue it. Palmer. 3 fouls on Christian Quintana, so he could, with his next foul, give up a power play as well. Foul trouble for San Diego's burly number 71. Final 5 minutes, Calafino furious 5. Fabian shoots high.
They've been just barely off the mark. How many times they hit the crossbar tonight?
At least 2?
No, I think that's like 3
Oh,
or
that's
4.
the at least part. Oh! Now, if you count frame, it's like 6 or 7.
Yeah, but I'm saying they've hit just over the bar, just on that top glass, and they've hit it, I don't know, 7-8 times now, but good it on frame, and you never know. Although Boris is pretty good at those.
The stakes are now simple. If San Diego gets the next goal, San Diego's going to the semis. Empire must score. They must score soon. Time is not on their side. You can get 3 goals in a burst, but that's against other teams. San Diego is a more disciplined unit. Pardo shows it right there. Ruggles sent it through. Morgan taps it. Drew looking to apply a stamp on this one.
There you go. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes,
he could have
right
shot
there.
it. It could have lost possession. Now they're going to burn off another 45 seconds.
What's it like when you're on the bench with 9, 8, 7, 6 minutes left in a game like this?
Yeah, every shift matters, and you're the one going out on the field and try to protect this lead. And if you do your job, that it's over. And so you go out there and you burn off a minute. You come back, you've done your job. You want your line mate to do the same thing. And every minute that goes down, you start to prepare for that sixth attacker, and then finish the game off.
Orozco felt he got hit on the shin. He had a word for Drew. Oh, now he had 3 words for Drew. Drew will always give him back.
Drew's not afraid to talk back.
3.5 left to play. The math is starting to not math for Empire. They cannot continue with the somewhat passive possession-based system. They need to break out for wild chances. No handling called on Alami. Soccer's bench in an uproar. Fabian cuts a pass. Good run by Polo. Polo! Goal! Alami!
Do we have a challenge flag?
They are challenging.
What?
A foul here?
I don't know. Desperation challenge? I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I don't know what the challenge is.
They're going to challenge for that Alami handball that we all saw.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty smart. We will see if they get this overturned, but it did look like a handball from here. We're pretty high up.
MASL video review. Ryan Sigich just said he thought maybe the arm was to his side, but the tape don't lie. Here we go. We're going to look for Alami's hand. Now, this is just the goal. Enjoy the goal. Way before this, when Alami got the ball, the question was handling. I called it as a handball. That's not it. That's not what we're talking about.
No, it's on the way down and after the bounce, I think.
Oh, yeah. If he touched it, I mean, his hand's all the way out here. Did he touch it?
Oh, he definitely touched it. The whole crowd said it.
Yeah, and you can see everyone's hands are, looks like it's out there. To his side, not unnatural.
I don't think his hand was to his side. I'm going to argue with the ref right now.
There is no
Pretty
handball
sure.
offense. The Empire goal is good. San Diego is
call
out of
is-
challenges for the rest of the game.
Right there.
That is not hand to the
His
side.
hand's
Oh, my God. Here we go again.
All right, never mind.
4-2.
That's all right. It's great to have Ryan Sigich. The officials believe that's out to that the hand is in a natural position, and all's fair. All's fair. 4-2 is the score. 3:08 left to play.
I don't know.
And I'm so glad I'm not an official. I would have lost my mind and just dived into insanity a decade ago.
I have argued with MASL refs more than my wife and my mom combined my entire life.
It's hard to do.
No.
Leo, here's a chance, and Orozco comes up with a save. Can he save the season? Stinson to put the real pressure on, sending in Leo. Leo stumbles through. Serta says there's no foul there. Josh Wilkins says, couldn't agree more, pal. 2:45 to go. Again, time is important. Morales and the Sockers don't have to score. Morales gets the foul called on Fabian. He's not happy.
Morales is so good in those little tight spaces. He pulls his little futsal roll. So he's took a foul there, took one for the team, kept possession of the ball. Calm your nerves. 2.5 minutes, 2-goal lead.
Is it almost worth it just to play this back?
Maybe.
Well, they'll play it up. Tavoy got the first goal tonight of the 6. A gorgeous goal it was. Serta, Serta in trouble. Low gas tank. Alami burst past him. Remember, Serta playing with the flu tonight. Palmer and the Strykers. 2:10 to go on their season unless they can go +2 the rest of this game. Here comes Leo to try and put the dagger in. He's scored from there before on this club this year. Leo instead dribble. Oh, and then he puts poor tired Serta in the hot seat. Serta says, don't do that to me, mate. Pardo off the wall. Raymond knocks it down. Mendez coming the other way. 1:40 to go. Mendez stopping and holding. Farber, this is just what you wanted.
That's exactly what I wanted to see right there. Well done, Mendez. That's exactly what he needed to do.
Possession. Leo. Under 90 to go. Morales and the Sockers looking to advance to the semifinals. Morales blocked by Stinson. Leo to Ruggles. With the ball on their feet, the Sockers can't be beat. Empire has to win it back, and they need 2 goals. Time's running out on the Strykers season. What a season it's been. Onoa Abasi could be Coach of the Year in the MASL. They literally quadrupled their win total from 3 to 12. Morales, diving grab Orozco. This young man has been a revelation. The system has disrupted things in the league. And as this one is blocked by Ruggles, the ball corkscrews to offensive midfield. But time is running out on the 24-25 Strykers. Their season's about to end because the Sockers are going to win this one tonight, baby. Under 30 to go, up by 2. San Diego will go to 13-0 at home and advance to play the semifinal. Palmer headed away, Ruggles. Cherry on top. Palmer says no, he blocks it away. Stinson, 10 seconds, fans on their feet. That's gonna do it. Stinson, one more look perhaps. The horn sounds. Full time as Fabian shoots it into the crowd. The season is over for Empire, for San Diego. They're moving on. Full time and a 4-2 final score, Brian.
Shirt's off. He's out.
Fabian threw. He's literally just left.
Well, it wasn't, it wasn't a win for Empire. It's a tough matchup. So you come to San Diego, you face this crowd. You come to San Diego and you face this team. You come to San Diego, you face this goalkeeper. It's a tough place to play. So understandable. Didn't go his way tonight. True professional, though, so hats off to the guy coming into the MSL and making a splash over the last couple of years. Wonder what he's going to do next year. He'll be back.
That's the open question, to be sure. Heard a lot of folks around Empire telling me today that Marco has really enjoyed this much more than he thought, that he has a good time playing in this league, but his contract just ended. With that final horn, he kicked the ball into the upper deck, ripped off his jersey, and left without shaking his teammates' hands nor his opponent's hands. So, leave that as a context clue as it is. Everyone else showing great sportsmanship right now, gathering, talking, sharing, and soon we're heading down to the floor because Boris Pardo, talk about being the man tonight. The King of Queens is going to the semis, and he's going to stand by with our Queen, Melissa May.